Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. We're going to do one cast today by myself. It is Wednesday, the 20th of April. It's going by quick, guys. I boated up here. I was at Dino's house, or Jim Stafford's house, a big log house, a minute ago. And now I'm almost down to the boat ramp. Just getting set up. That's how fast the current is. And I'm just going to be drifting a scud. It's going to be kind of a short one cast. I'm supposed to be eating dinner at home, and we kind of forgot about doing this today. So we're getting it in real quick. I keep saying we, I'm by myself. I've got a number 12 tan scud on with a 3/16 bell weight, and I'm drifting kind of the inside. Blake and Sammy were out earlier and said that they picked up quite a few fish drifting a scud down through here earlier today. They had a lot of activity on a jerkbait, they said. Being a cloudy, kind of a gloomy day, jerkbaits usually work real good. But drifting a scud, and the best drift has been this stretch that I'm drifting. Actually, from the boat ramp down to past Short Creek down to Trout Hollow has been the best. It's been better than the trophy area. We got some rain this morning, but we did not get as much as they forecasted, which is super. It's supposed to rain again tonight and tomorrow. I'm not sure how much, but hopefully it'll miss us again. It kind of went south of us. I got out and fished a little bit with Caleb and Maggie, my son and daughter-in-law. Yesterday we drifted minnows down through here, and they got quite a few bites, but just couldn't hook up. Drifted minnows. I have a scud on this rod, and I've got another rod with a scud on it. And then I've got a rod that's rigged with a white and gray jig. So if I break off these scuds, I'm not retying. I'm going to go to a jig for just a little bit. I'm at the boat ramp now. The water situation, I don't think that this rain's going to affect the lake elevations much. Table Rock's still dropping pretty good. It's going to be down below 916 tonight, early tomorrow. They might slow this down. They might shut that one set of gates off and leave 3 turbines, or maybe 2 turbines. It's hard to say what they're going to do, but my guess, I'm going to move a little bit further over towards this bank. My guess is they are going to slow it down. This is a lot of water when Table Rock's only a foot over power pool. But Beaver Lake is high. Beaver Lake's 5 feet, no, is it 4 feet over power pool now? So that water is still above us. When you know it, I wouldn't even get a bite. That whole stretch there. I really ought to check my Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check it. No fish on the first cast. See if it's got any. And I have a clean scud. So I didn't have to check it. Bull shoals continues to rise. I think they're at 663 or something like that. They're running some water at least out of bull shoals. They're not holding it. Which is a good thing. It's a good thing for bull shoals. I'm getting a really good bump on the bottom. You see, Blake said he threw a white jig up below the dam and didn't get any bites. That's disappointing. That might have been a fish. That was a fish. Phil, set the hook. Jeez. It's not a night crawler. There's a big old log right coming up. I've got to pull in and throw back out. Because I am going to drift right over it. It's right at the end of this dock. Still clean. It's cool. I'll throw out a little bit this way. It's actually supposed to be in the 70s Friday and Saturday. And sunny. Tell you what, I should not have thrown over there. I'm gonna have to throw out behind the boat. Just quit bumping. I am using 2-pound line, which is not necessary. 4 is fine. This kind of water. For April 15th, we are so far behind. At least last year, because the trees are just now starting to show a little bit of green. Dogwoods, some of them have budded out pretty good, and some of them are just buds. Maybe I don't have to worry about breaking off. I'm gonna reel in and throw back out again. I moved the boat over a little bit. I'm gonna drift on past Trout Hollow a little ways. I don't know why they wouldn't hit a scud. On down past there. As long as there's gravel on the bottom, that's where those scuds live. Well, I have lost the bottom of the lake. I'll slow the boat down. Now I got it. I think I'm going to go over here. This stinks. I picked the one thing I really thought I could catch fish. Catch a few real quick and head in. I am only using one scud. That shouldn't make any difference. This is where I'm tempted to throw a jig, is over on the shallow side. See where people are finding the morel mushrooms, and this bank right here is usually a really good bank to get out and look on. The only problem is it belongs to the College of the Ozarks, and they really prefer not to have people on their property. You'd think I'd find one dumb fish. That was the bottom. All right, I'm gonna throw a jig for a minute or two. Didn't have to wipe any moss off my fly. So I can't use that as excuse. I have a 3/32 ounce white jig, white and gray. The gray's pretty bleached out though. I said this was going to be a short one, but if I catch a fish or two, I might have to stay out a little longer. But you know what? I'll probably lose my jig pretty quick over here because there's a lot of wood. Just not gonna let it sink real far. Yeah, there's a big old log right there. I can see my jig. Even in these dark conditions. Pretty good. They're gonna have to come up for it because I'm just not gonna fish very deep. My little forecast map this morning said that the 7-day forecast was for 5 to 7 inches of rain in this area. That's 7 days. And I think a large part of that was today, maybe. They'll update the map here in just a little bit, and we'll see if it's going to drop to maybe 2 to 3 inches. And that's quite a bit of water still, especially if northwest Arkansas gets that much. That'll put beaver up there close to their flood pool. And that just means that they won't be able to hold back much water off Table Rock for future rains. That's pretty typical that they let beaver go all the way to the top of their limit. All right, I'll work it a little slower. Probably need an excuse to go home. I have a better chance of catching a fish. Going slower though too. Fish down to this big old tree that's fallen, this big sycamore tree. That's where that old pump is. Probably a couple more casts after this. And there's a fish. Little stalker. He hit that one pretty hard. One more before the tree. Yeah, we'll throw one after the tree. It's a big old sycamore. Oh. Phooey. Ooh. Another bump. Yeah, there's a good little spot behind the tree. It is slowing the current down. There's a little bit of eddy below it. One thing I've been trying with the grandkids here this week and last week is spot locking behind these trees along the inside banks and fishing minnows. I've talked fairly often about it. I've done it on one cast a few times and done pretty good, but have not done very good with this high water. I just had a fish swiping mine. Jig, he missed. Have not done very well. Okay, now I'm starting to get bites. When am I going to be quitting? So maybe when they drop the water out a little bit, that technique will start working again. It's good for somebody that doesn't like to get out here and drift that much. And when it gets windy, it is real good when it gets windy, because it doesn't bother you quite as much as far as the way you fish behind the boat. This might be my last cast. I just had a bump. It was a short bump. And there was another bump. Doggone it. They could be just a bunch of stalkers. Just enough to keep me going. I gotta go. It's my last cast. Okay. It was a nice evening to be out, that's for sure. Just fish weren't biting too good. Thanks for watching. I did go 30 minutes. I thought I'd go 15. See you tomorrow. Bye.